Are you guys ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
No.
The Rewind Guys.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Rewind Guys, the show where we talk about movies. This week, we're talking about Howard the Duck, 1986, the greatest movie to ever come from the 80s, and George Lucas. And I'm sure you guys will agree at the end of this conversation.
It's going to take a little convincing.
Well, you're not going to get it from me. Who here has seen this movie before?
I have not.
I have. Russell?
No.
No? All right.
Nope.
Okay, well, so, I'm going to come out
Congratulations.
and say that I have seen this before. And
Bold move to admit that.
okay, so here's the thing, though. Okay, I seen this as a kid.
Why?
I don't know, because this isn't a kid's movie.
No.
It feels like it wants to be, though.
Yeah.
I don't think this movie knows what it wants to be, right?
I was getting food fight vibes the whole time.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, because, okay.
Howard would make a great Ike.
He really would. Here's what I got, right? Obviously, seeing this as an adult and then thinking to myself, holy shit, I watched this as a kid? Like, within the first 5 minutes, who can tell me what we're getting?
Duck boobies?
Yes.
Duck boob. That was my favorite part. I give it an extra point just
Call
for
them
duck
doobies.
boobies.
Duck boobs are weird.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know, as a,
definitely.
as a creature that doesn't breastfeed because its baby comes in an egg,
Yeah.
duck boobs make about 0 cents.
Yes. Well,
Why
but,
were they in this movie? Why did they have to be a thing?
But they're not actual ducks. They're like anthropomorphic
Did this movie get
ducks.
rated for nudity, or did it not count because it was a puppet?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know what this movie is rated at all. I should look that up.
Hey, I can't get up. Ah, what is going on here?
Casey, did you hear something?
this one says it's rated PG.
There's no way. There is
I
no
know,
way.
I know. That's all I can find.
Dude, told you the puppets don't count.
They must not. I mean,
They
maybe it's
didn't-
because
they
it's
didn't
like
even swear-
it's natural.
They didn't swear that much either.
It's not. Dogs don't have boobs.
No,
you can't
but
say
people
that's
have
natural.
boobs and babies drink from boobies.
But if there's human boobs, then it gets a higher rating.
Yeah, it gets a 10 in my book.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, yeah, if it's PG, that is mind-boggling to me. But no, I think that that's the thing, that this movie, first of all, doesn't know what the fuck it wants, okay? Because it's made for adults. It's trying to be epic, and by trying to be epic, all you're getting is like this big background score and all these lingering shots.
The music did not fit this movie at all.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nothing fit this movie.
This movie didn't fit this movie.
Nothing. And here's the thing. I feel bad, okay? Because I'm sorry.
I felt bad watching it too.
I feel like this whole movie, and I'm sorry. I feel like this whole movie, I'm just going to be bashing this whole movie? This whole episode. Oh, my God.
You want to say whole movie one more time?
Yeah, I do.
This movie whole.
I feel like this whole episode, I want to be bashing this movie, and I'm sorry, because here's the thing. I don't want to. I want to like this movie. Because, like, I feel like I'm holding on to this, like, overly romanticized, like, memory of it, okay? And it's just not living up to the expectation, the hype I have in my head. Not at all.
Yeah, I wanted to like this movie. Going into it, I had pretty low expectations, to be honest.
Okay.
And I don't know, it felt like it failed at every turn.
You had low expectations, and it came in under them.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
I came in knowing it was a bad movie, and still it somehow managed to impress me with how bad it was.
That actually is really impressive. But no, I held on to this thought of like, oh my God, I remember loving Howard the Duck. And then when I found it in the Walmart bin for $5, I'm like,
There's a reason.
how could you do this? It's Howard the Duck. And then I watched it. And I'm thinking about that price, and I'm having a different opinion on it now. I think it might have been too much. I'm sorry. Howard as a character is a really good concept.
Is it though?
Yes, it is.
I've never read any of
Is
the
it,
comics, so I don't know.
He's supposed to be. Here's the thing. He's supposed to be this out of this world duck. Like he's an alien essentially.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be this crude kind of call him as I sees him kind of duck. He doesn't give a shit. He's supposed to be all about sex, and that's just what he's supposed to be.
Good for a PG movie
Apparently.
where he works
Okay.
in like a whorehouse
Yeah.
and then becomes a pimp.
Oh yes, I know. What the fuck?
Maybe the rating I read was wrong. You have the DVD. You could check.
I know. I'll fact check it and then I'll put it on this video somewhere. I'm gonna put it this way, and I should save this for my rating because people are probably clicking on this video because like, oh yeah, I love Howard the Duck. I'm gonna say this, people are gonna be like, fuck you, dude, I'm out. Because if I have never seen Howard the Duck before, and I put this movie on, it would have been off in 15 minutes or less. It's not captivating. It's fucking bizarre, but not in a good way.
No.
Not in a good way. And also, I remember him coming from a whole other planet, but now I almost look at it like it's a different dimension, like an alternate Earth,
Yeah.
because everything is the exact fucking same,
Yeah, except ducks.
except all these stupid duck puns.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that. I mean, they should have just spent less time on his planet.
Yeah.
If that's all they could come up with.
Yes.
But
Yeah. I know. Watching this movie, instantly I was like, "What the duck?"
You suck.
So, Philzy, you a scientist or a janitor?
I am a lab assistant.
That's terrific.
Yep.
Just perfect.
I'm out of here.
Look, it's just a temporary job until I finish school and get my own museum.
Yeah, stuff to make a great exhibit.
Howard! Howard, wait!
This movie is your childhood. Mike brought this to my attention. This movie's your childhood. This
Yeah.
movie's my childhood. This movie's everybody's childhood.
it's responsible for everybody's childhood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Allow me to explain. Here's what happened, right? So, George Lucas just bought his big old Lucas Ranch, right?
Lucas
Okay.
Ranch.
Lucas Ranch. And then he decided, why not produce this film, Howard the Duck? Because that seems like a great idea. I'm sure he read the script and was like, damn, this is going to be...
It's just E.T. How can it fail?
Yes. Okay, so he's like, I'm going to do this movie, and this is going to be a hit. It's going to be a blockbuster. So they go into it with a budget of $5 million.
Wait, really?
Yes, but...
How did they make this movie $5 million?
Oh, they didn't. They
Oh,
did
yeah, I was
not.
gonna say.
They didn't.
See, I wasn't surprised because I've heard a little bit of this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So that was the original budget for this film.
Yeah, because watching it, you can tell they put a lot of money into this.
That duck costume alone, Howard, $2 million, which is ridiculous.
I have to say, the costume is actually kind of cool, but
Howard's definitely the best part. Like, the animatronic is good.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Before I continue on what I was talking about, apparently, in an interview with Tim Robbins, when he went to do this film, the moment he seen that duck costume, he's like, "Ooh, I don't think this is gonna work." he had like, because he thought the duck should look different. He thought, I think, something along the lines of it looking too cartoony.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't fit, like, well, nothing fits this movie, like you said.
Right, it doesn't fit the tone of what the movie is supposed to be.
It's a cool piece, but it should be like in a horror film or something.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing. I actually almost kind of disagree. There are a few times where he gets in, like, these moods, and like 2 or 3 times he delivers a line, literally, like, a line. And I'm like, oh, man, that actually came across really well. Like, I feel like if his character were presented and played different than what we got, could have worked. But George Lucas is working on this project, and I can't remember if it was him or somebody else involved. It's like, hey, if you're going to do this, you got to do it right. And so they put more money into it. And the overall cost for this movie, any guesses? Do you remember? If you do, wait a second.
I kind of remember, so I'm not going to guess.
I'm going to say $25 million.
Ooh, that's a good guess. Mike, what do you think? What do you
I thought
remember?
it was 25 million, so I was impressed.
You know, I think I told you 25 million. But when I was fact checking, apparently it was $36 million.
Oh. Continue to tell him misinformation and then have us try to figure out the answer.
Yes. And so here's the thing.
I was
Opening
impressed. I thought you got it right on.
Oh, I know. I'm
Goddamn,
sorry. I'm
he's good at
sorry.
this.
Opening weekend. How much did this movie make?
$1 million.
$72.
Both really great guesses. This movie made about, I think if I wrote, oh shit, where did I write this down? I'm pretty sure it was $5 million. So it was it was a flop. It was a flop through and through. I think over time it ended up bringing in about what they spent. But here's where it is responsible for our childhood, right? So check this out. So what happens is George Lucas buys this big ass ranch. Then he makes this movie while already being in a huge amount of financial debt. Howard the Duck is going to bring him out of this debt. That is his plan.
Wow, what a shitty plan.
Yeah.
It does, in fact, the opposite.
That's like my house is on fire. This gasoline will help.
Oh, yeah, so he gets fucked over pretty good. Okay. Which, by the way, another little side tangent here. If this is what you're gambling on, don't hire a director whose previous film 2 years later was a flop.
2 years later?
Earlier.
How would he know that?
George Lucas sees the future. No,
He's
I'm
like
not.
looking in his crystal ball.
Yeah, okay, so don't hire any director that's going to fail in the future.
Yes, yeah, because if
That's
it's
a good
gonna,
idea, though.
yeah, exactly.
That's the truth.
I mean,
If you know this is going to fail, don't do it.
Exactly. So no. So he hires a director whose previous film 2 years earlier was a flop, and it actually went almost the same way. It was called I have a note here
Howard
somewhere.
the Chicken.
No, it was called Best Defense. Okay, and that had a budget of something like $38 million, and its opening
how
day.
duck related was it?
I don't think it was very duck related, but its
That's
opening
why it
day
failed.
made $7.8 million, but then over time made its money back. But it's a huge flop. So George Lucas is like, "You seem like you're the man for the job."
Maybe he really liked that movie.
Maybe, and then maybe that's what it is. Like, hey, I don't give a shit what other people think. You directed it in a really good way. It's not your fault. Maybe the script sucked or whatever. Who knows how he defended him, if he defended him at all. So he gets this guy. They make this movie. It's going to save him out of all this debt and shit. Does the opposite. He's fucked. So what does he do? His good friend, Steve Jobs, steps in. And
Wait, Steve Jobs and George Lucas are friends? Or were friends?
they were friends.
Best of friends.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
So check this out. Okay, so George Lucas is like, "Hey, Steve, are you interested in buying this?" He sells like part of his like assets, like his I think his computer animation
He
company.
just sells his computer.
He sells his
Hey,
computer.
Steve, you interested? I need to pay my bills. I got a computer here.
Top of line graphics card.
It's
No,
an IBM.
so he sells him a
Shit,
chunk.
nowadays. Yeah.
Whatever. So he sells him like a chunk of his like animation or computer or something or other of his production company. And Steve does him the kindness of actually buying it at a high price. He buys it at $10 million. And what Steve Jobs bought became Pixar. So, quite possibly, without the failure of Howard the Duck, we might not have had Pixar.
But we really owe it to who wrote Howard the
Fuck if
Duck
I
in
know
the first place.
who wrote it. All I know is
Who
the-
started that comic?
I don't know.
We owe it to that guy.
the
We owe it to that
dir-
guy's mom for
the
giving
dir-
birth to
That
him.
no, because that comic isn't responsible for it. This shit movie,
Oh yeah.
this terrible like failure of a movie is responsible for it.
We owe it to Willard Huyck. I think it's how you pronounce it. Huyck. Huyck.
Willard.
Willard Huyck.
We owe it to Doug Boobies.
Oh my God. Willard Huyck backwards is Howard the Duck.
Just can't seem to find the right man.
Maybe it's not a man you should be looking for.
Ah. You think I might find happiness in the animal kingdom, Ducky?
Like they say, Dal. Love's strange. We could always give it a try.
Okay. Let's go for it, Mr.
When,
Macho.
She meets Howard and she's like, you got a place to stay because she feels bad for him.
Yeah.
And he falls asleep like in her windowsill, and she's looking through his wallet.
Yeah.
She's looking at all the dumb shit. She's looking at family photos, and then she's like, she pulls a condom out. She goes, Howard.
I also like how the condom is like unwrapped.
Yeah.
It's just like this. Why? Who does that?
That's funny you should say that. I've seen that in other movies where people bring out like this random stray condom from a wallet and it's got like fuzzies all over it, like a mint stuck to it or something. And it's like, what?
I guess like
Howard's broke. He's got to reuse, recycle.
Yeah, he rinsed that one off, rolled it back.
It's really weird. I've seen that in other movies before, and I'm like, nobody does that. That is not a thing.
That thing's probably a valuable commodity. How many corkscrew-shaped condoms are there on Earth?
I don't know. It was really, and that's the thing too. It was their relationship was very bizarre, right? Like I would understand like the heartfelt ending if like they thought he was gonna die or go back home, and because maybe she didn't have anybody here on Earth and he didn't have anybody back at home, that they'd be like, oh man, I miss you, bestie. Like they're best friends. But right from the get go, it's almost like a love at first sight thing.
Also,
It was meant to be.
It's weird.
For how long the movie is, it took literally 0 time developing it and just
Yes.
kind of like sped it along and pretended it all happened.
Yes, and the movie's so damn long, it didn't need it. It
They
didn't need
literally,
it.
the first hour was just them interacting and getting to know each other and introducing characters, and they took none of the time setting up the romance that supposedly existed.
Exactly, and not only that, but here's the thing: they had an established romance and a falling out in the first like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
It's really, and then they
Yeah.
get back together. It's just like, I don't even.
There was
It's
so many
just
scenes,
weird.
Like her friends, it's like, oh yeah, we've heard so much about you. I was like, when?
Yes. All right. You know what?
It's
Let's.
I guess like he had his job. They showed maybe he was away for longer. It's like it seems like he's been gone for 2 days.
I will say, best actor in this entire movie, Jeffrey Jones. Love that guy. He's in a lot of shit. He's the one who played Jennings. He's in like Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow. He's in a ton of shit. He's a character actor.
It's funny because he's obviously I think one of the few people I truly recognized.
Okay.
When they made their appearance.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where else Leah Thompson's from because I like her, but I'm watching this and it's like we get kind of the same performance almost that she did in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know if she's got a really big range. Did she have a good career? I mean, I don't know. I feel like she did.
She got a couple real good things.
I feel like
I don't know what
that
that means.
character she played is in every 80s movie, so she probably had a great career.
Probably, but no. Jeffrey Jones is the best, and when he gets the Dark Overlord inside of him, is the best, dude. There is one scene.
He did get better as he went along as it. Like after the diner, when he just started being full villain mode.
Yes,
he was much better as it.
Toward the end, where Howard was coming at him with that weird little cart thing, and he does like this weird super breath to keep him backed off. Dude, that's like the best part of this fucking movie. It was so, yes. Dude, his eyes got red. He looked super evil. And this wind hits from behind, so his hair's like wispy into the front.
I did like how jacked up his hair kept getting as he kept getting more electricity in him, which I thought was really cool.
Dude, no, that scene was really good. And there's something about what's weird, though, is he's, to the best of my knowledge, while watching the scene, he's breathing out, right, to slow this down. But there's wind coming from behind him, which makes no sense to me, but it doesn't matter because the way that looks, oh my God, that is like the best part. I wouldn't recommend watching the entire movie for that because it only lasts like 30 seconds, but it's amazing. It looks so good.
Oh, talk about bad breath.
There was rapey ass characters in this.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
it's 80s. There's always a rape scene somewhere.
And the worst part is it was Jennings.
Wait, what?
Are you talking about when they're in the truck?
Yeah.
Oh,
And like his dick comes out of his mouth?
best effect.
Oh no,
Best
that
effect.
was cool.
Yes.
So there's a scene where it's when he's tying her up for the laser, he goes to ratchet strap her down, like creepily like caresses her thigh and then
Ooh.
straps her down, and then he like
I missed that.
I was like, oh, because they zoomed in on his creepy ass nails.
Yeah, no, I missed that completely because obviously there was the rape scene in the beginning where she was leaving her gig, walking down the alley, and that's
There
where
was, like,
those two goons
4
were.
in this movie.
Were there?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about rapey per se, but I do know
They're
there's the
just
scene
living up
of.
to the 80s, you know.
It's true. There was Howard rubbing up on the thigh of the two people making out in the alley, which I thought was really weird that this guy attacked with a random wood sign. Where the fuck did that come from?
Acme.
Where?
Acme.
Maybe. But yeah, there's that scene. There's the legit rape scene. Apparently, there's thigh caress scene. I didn't catch that one. What's
that
the
one was
first
the most. I don't know. There's probably.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Oh man, but no.
There was. I mean, it didn't happen, but the director it's like, oh, she wants her money. She's gonna have to come to my place tonight. Like,
Yes. Yeah. What he had a term for it too, and I'm like, oh, that's creepy as shit.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
I can't remember.
Well, you know what? Everybody's gonna have to watch the movie and comment below.
there'll be a clip. Insert clip here.
For the girl. I'll make sure they get it. Yeah, I'll bet. When? When Bodacious Beverly stops holding out on me. I'm gonna invite her up to my place tonight for a little career manipulation.
I have been shitting all over this movie, and I
say
picked
this
it.
is like 80s cheese, but all the bad
Yes!
versions of cheesy 80s.
It is because
they got everything wrong somehow.
Yes, it's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the perfect storm.
Whenever he was doing his weird eye magic, and they did like that drawing animation and then overlaid it on there.
Yes.
I really like those.
I didn't hate any of those.
Worst one, and one that also does not make any sense to me. I think they did it because it's like, okay, we have to make this look like what's what I'm looking for here?
Hot.
No.
Oh.
No. Like they had to present the audience with a sense of danger, but also they can't kill the main characters, right? So at the end, you get the crazy overlord in his actual form, which by the way, horrible but really awesome character design. I just want to say really awesome character design.
I was gonna say, this is the controversial opinion. I didn't think that was that bad. It was terrible in the sense that the lighting didn't match on the creature and the room.
Right.
And that's really was the worst part of it. I don't think it actually looked that bad.
Yeah, it's movement and overall appearance, everything super cool. But what I didn't like was right here where you had Leah Thompson and Tim Robbins, and obviously they're posing a threat to him too. And it seems like he would just
terrible.
Boom, dead. No, he hits them with fucking stardust.
That made sense.
Why?
He was tasing him. Go taste me, bro.
He doesn't give a shit.
No, he completely gives a shit.
No, he doesn't.
He completely gives a shit.
Why does he care about them two?
Because he's got 3 homies coming from space that need a body.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh.
Because he did say that he needs her body, and then she was like, "Oh, I've never heard that before. I'm a prostitute. Look at my boobs."
Wait. Why do they need their body?
Because
he said that they need their body to live there or be on Earth or something.
But he apparently did
to grow.
Oh yeah, it's like they're like
so
fertilizer.
I guess because I was just complaining, it's like, well, then how was he out on Earth? But no, he hung out in Jennings' body until he was good to go.
So then Jennings, how does he get out of Jennings' body though?
I was a little mad Jennings lived.
Pee hole?
Yeah, it should have been like.
That's a hell of a stone to pass.
He should have burst open and Jennings should have just been dead because that made no sense.
Done like the typical 80s explosion into a pile of goop.
Yeah,
and then there was a monster. I'd have been way cooler with that.
But he should have been hit by lightning, and then all of a sudden there's just an alien thing.
Okay. That makes sense because his friends need the bodies. I am on board now. But
I thought it was stupid, but it made sense.
But it almost doesn't make sense now though because
there's billions of people on Earth.
Well, that too.
But how many people are in that room?
But no, and that makes sense. But it also doesn't make sense because Jennings lives. He could have just stepped out and put another one in there. Like, did these hosts?
He used him up. Yeah.
He looked pretty damn good after the fact.
You couldn't see his
Jennings
inside.
died from stage 4 alien cancer.
Oh my god.
There's more coming down. The machine, Howard, you gotta destroy it! Blast it! Get him!
No, Howard, don't.
Huh?
We'll never get home.
30 seconds to arrival.
Get him!
Jennings was literally.
It doesn't
Give it up?
matter. It
Give it up?
doesn't
Okay,
matter.
yeah.
I hit one note.
Final thoughts and ratings.
Jennings didn't even look human anymore. He had a hump with spikes growing out of his back. At one point, he was complaining about his organs.
Yeah, but
So,
after the Overlord was out, wasn't he back to looking normal?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I thought that was dumb as hell.
Yeah, agreed,
I was
100%.
I don't know. That's why. I guess that's why they couldn't reuse him. Maybe they did. They showed in the laser 3 of them coming down. Maybe he intended to reuse Jennings.
I don't know. An hour before this part, I'd already given up hope for this movie. So it's like, all right, go ahead,
I
do
feel
whatever you want to do.
could watch the first hour to when they break up, and him getting a job, and then they make up, and boom, movie's over. And then you start again from there, and there you get a whole nother movie.
Howard the Duck too.
Here's what you do. Ready? Okay. Take that first hour.
Don't watch it.
Well, here, okay, you probably could not. But here's the thing. You take it, you recut it and condense it, because I think you could easily put that into 20 minutes. You put it onto the second half, and then shorten that fucking flying scene, and you got a better movie. Marginally.
Also, in the diner, when she yells, "He's my boyfriend," why does that matter? Why does everyone react to that?
She's ducking a duck, dude.
Well, hear me out. They're all going crazy mob, trying to kill this duck.
They're trying to eat him.
Yeah. Do you really think they're gonna give a shit at that point?
Well, yeah, she's a prostitute. He probably got like all kinds of STDs now, and they want to eat him.
I mean, what if they were preparing like some other animal, and some guy's like, "Yo, that's my boyfriend," and and then they're like, "Wait, what?"
I can see it's a little worse. I don't know. Just like everyone paused, like it was the world's biggest revelation, and I was like, wasn't it kind of obvious by the way they were acting already in the diner?
When would it ever be obvious that a woman's fucking a 3-foot-tall duck?
Not to mention they were in the diner for like, 5 minutes? Everybody's minding their own business.
They knew each other for like 5 minutes.
That's true. I don't know. It's this. I don't know, man. This fucking movie. I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to hit? I feel like I've harped on this.
I mean, that duck with boobs. Hit that.
Oh, man. Okay, I have harped on this movie for far too long. It is time to bring this to a close.
So we had a little game.
Yes, we did. Oh, shit. I didn't even write my rating down. Give me a second.
I'm really, I don't know what to give this.
I had a couple of different things, but I stuck it, man. I was just like, let's do this or not. Let's do this. Okay, so it is time for final thoughts and ratings.
You know what? One second.
All right, you know what? If you're going to take your time to redo something.
There, I'm done.
Russell, what did you think about this first time watching? What did you think about Howard the Duck?
Now, you said, after watching the trailer, I believe you said this looks like a 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had to guess.
As I went through the movie, I started out at a 3 in my mind, and it fluctuated up and down a little bit. It was like, blue, 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 blue. But in the end, I really just have to give it a 3. I can't tell which way it is on the camera, but I give it a 3.
See, I guessed that you would go lower than a 3.
I part of me feels like you want a 3 to give it that corkscrew.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean my other.
Oh, I guess you could have went corkscrew with a 2.
Yeah. As I was watching the movie, at one point I got up to 3.5.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But then, as I'm like, okay, how much is left? And I'm like, shit, I still got like 50 minutes of this movie, so I'm taking this back down to a 3 because I want it to be over. So I don't have anything good to say. It was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable because the way everything looked was just weird. The duck was weird. The way everybody was acting is just odd.
Yes.
When sometimes you watch a movie and it's weird and you're like, well, that was a weird movie. That was really cool. This was just, it was just not nice.
Yeah,
it was not nice.
Yeah, it was a not nice movie.
No.
It really was. Mike, you haven't seen this before either, right?
I had not seen this before.
So give us what you thought about your first time watching Howard the Duck.
I'm glad it's my last time watching Howard the Duck.
Ooh, okay.
No, I gave this a 3.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what? I really didn't enjoy this movie.
Oh.
I changed it to a 2.
Oh, and you thought Russell was going to come in lower than a 3?
Well, that was my initial guess.
Yeah, all right.
I was really disappointed in the trailer because they didn't show Howard at all in the trailer.
Yeah.
They didn't?
I don't think they showed him once.
Well, didn't they show they show parts of him, him walking or his arm grabbing something?
Like the intro of the movie where they never actually really show or they try to hold off showing him.
Oh, well, yeah, so you'd go to the movies and be like, oh man, I got to see what he looks like.
Yeah.
And then you see this duck with Steve Buscemi eyes and you're like, what
the
my
duck? God.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
think everything Russell said pretty much sums it up. It was really the weird, awkward acting and just lost story.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just really didn't seem to be doing anything.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
I don't know. It's like anyone who enjoyed it. You do you.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Okay, here's what I got. Okay, so I have seen this before when I was younger, and I actually remember watching this a few times when I was younger.
Probably for the Doug boobs.
But maybe.
You were younger.
You never
You're
know.
like, hell yeah, Doug boobs.
Probably. No, I really don't remember that at all. If I were to watch this for any scene like that, it would be for the creepy bestiality scene before they go to bed, where she's like, in her unmentionables.
It's like,
Yeah,
corkscrew
that
me,
was a little
baby.
weird because like also at that point in my mind they had known each other for like a day.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the
after
timeline had gone much longer.
After a day, she's ready to do him. She's
Oh,
ready
yeah.
to do a duck.
That's weird. It's been a while, Okay, so here's what I got. I thought you were gonna come in lower, and I gave it a 3 as well.
Ooh.
I actually wanted to give it a 2.5, but
I kind of forgot we could give stuff 0.5s.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. Like I'm holding on to this, like I say, this like nostalgia for this movie where I feel like it should be better than what it is. Watching it now, oh my God, this movie just does not hold up, and I'm not sure it actually held up at all in the first place. I think I seen this as a kid and was like, oh, there's this cool duck dude, and he does quack food. This is awesome.
I feel like if I had nostalgia for this, if I had seen it as a kid, it could have gotten a 3 or a 4 out of me, maybe with a little bit of nostalgia, but without it, whew.
But here, okay, it reeks of the 80s. I do like that. I like the actors it has. I do like Leah Thompson. I love Chris Robbins, and I love.
You say Chris Robbins?
Did I say Chris Robbins? Tim Robbins. If I said Chris, I'm sorry. I apologize. I say shit wrong like all the time. But okay, I like the actors, and I like the concept. I like the concept of Howard, but this movie did not know what it was doing. It was all over the place. The acting was weird. I feel like the direction was weird. There's a couple of spots throughout the movie I've noticed these kind of really bizarre, odd, like harsh cuts. And I don't know. I just, this was legitimately of all the movies we have watched to date, this was by far the longest movie I had to sit through. I'm sorry. It is. And if you think you like Howard the Duck, and it's been a long time since you've seen it, watch it again. Because, it's rough. It is rough. I mean, I think it has like this cult following maybe because of Howard. And I also read someplace, which by the way, this is bullshit. I read someplace that this is Marvel's first movie. No, it's not. Because Captain America's Marvel, isn't he?
I mean, yeah.
And that movie came out in like the fucking 70s. How is this Marvel's first movie?
Do they mean like a certain studio?
Marvel's first
It can't be a certain
good
studio.
movie.
This is Lucasfilms.
Oh.
So I just caught what you said. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. But I read that in a couple of different places. And I'm like, I don't think this is Marvel's first movie. So I don't know. Either they're wrong, I'm wrong. I don't give a shit. I don't even care. All I know is that is the end of this week's episode. I got to stop talking about this because I'm getting really worked up right now. I'm getting heated. Okay. So look. If you like the show, we are 100% listener and viewer supported, so be sure to subscribe. Join us next Monday where Russell is gonna reveal his pick for that Wednesday, so join us for both things. Both things.
Get it on both of them.
Yes. And thanks for hanging out with us here on the Rewind Guys.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
We baiting now?
Family style.
All right.
Oh my God, family style.
Okay. Oh my God, my ears are so sweaty.
Howard the Duck makes an appearance in Endgame.
I'm just gonna say right off the bat. I'm throwing this out there. This is George Lucas's E.T. This is what it is.
Do not compare this to E.T.
No!
At all.
No! It's not E.T.
But earlier you said this is George Lucas's best film. That could be true.
Yes.
It could be.